Breathe better and sleep deeper with the Levoit Classic 160 Top Fill Humidifier. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to get your Levoit Top Fill Humidifier on Amazon today and enjoy a healthier, more comfortable home. Welcome to TerrorWatch News. I'm your host, and today we're going to dive into a story that's been shrouded in secrecy for far too long. The government has been caught off guard by a series of alarming attacks on the East Coast, with drones flying over military sites and critical infrastructure facilities. But what's even more concerning is that no one seems to know where these drones are coming from. TerrorWatch News has uncovered some disturbing information about how the U.S. government has been handling this threat. The White House and the Pentagon have admitted that they don't even know the origin of these drones, despite repeated sightings over several states. That's right, folks, our own government can't even identify who's behind these attacks. But it gets worse. The entire security apparatus is now politicized, with government agencies more focused on targeting American dissidents than identifying and stopping real threats. Catholics and parents who oppose woke ideologies are being viewed as domestic threat actors, while terrorist groups like ISIS are downplayed. In June 2021, President Biden said that terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today, not ISIS or al-Qaeda. That's a stark contrast to the FBI agent in charge's initial response to the New Orleans attacker, who had an ISIS flag on his vehicle and intentionally rammed into civilians, killing 14 people. The FBI failed to identify Major Nidal Hassan, the U.S. Army doctor convicted of shooting and killing 13 people at Fort Hood, Texas, as someone involved in terrorist activities despite his regular contact with Anwar al-Awlaki, a known terrorist. This is just another example of how the government's priorities have shifted from real threats to perceived ones. Rebecca Koffler, a strategic military intelligence analyst and author of American Bolsheviks, has been sounding the alarm about this politicization for years. She says that if the government can't even identify the threat of drones, how can we trust them to protect us? TerrorWatch News is committed to shedding light on these important issues and keeping you informed about what's really going on behind closed doors. Stay vigilant, folks, because in a world where the rules are constantly being rewritten, it's more important than ever to stay one step ahead of the threat. So what can we do? We need to demand that our elected officials take real action against these threats, not just words. We need to support organizations like TerrorWatch News that are dedicated to exposing the truth and keeping America safe. And most importantly, we need to remain informed and vigilant, because in a world where the enemy is always adapting, we can't afford to be complacent. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on TerrorWatch News. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest developments in the fight against terrorism. Until next time, stay safe.